welcome to Module 2, guys. Now that your store is set up and ready to go, we're going to go ahead and install some apps. I'm going to go through the list real quick, and then we're going to go through a step-by-step process on how to install and set them up properly. The first app we're going to look at is Best Currency Converter. Then we're going to do Order Metrics, Google Shopping, Pixel Perfect, SMS Bump, Carts Guru, MailChimp, and Suite Upsell. There are variations to pretty much almost all of these. And if you're more comfortable with a different version of these apps, a different provider, then that's totally fine, but it's important that we cover each of these bases in order to properly optimize your store. All right, so go ahead and hop into the Shopify app marketplace and search for Best Currency Converter. Go ahead and follow along with my instructions on the screen. There's also tutorials provided by the apps themselves, makes it very simple to install. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the Facebook group or to the actual support staff that created the app. The reason that we use Best Currency Converter is because when you are advertising worldwide, obviously people use different currencies. So as we're setting this up, basically it allows your customers, your potential customers, to view the prices of your products in their home currency. It allows them to better relate to what you're selling, and it will increase your conversion rate. It's only $9.95 a month, so even if it only got you one extra sale, it basically paid for itself. But I guarantee you that it will cause your conversions to increase drastically when you start marketing worldwide. After you've made the necessary adjustments in your Shopify settings to allow Best Currency Converter to work, we're going to go through and set up the app itself according to the specifications that we like to work with. So we prefer to keep the converter hidden on our website. I like to keep the amount of pop-ups and distractions to a complete minimum, and having this little floating bar over the product page, to me, is a distraction. I like to remove that from the customer's view. Now that we have the Best Currency Converter app installed, we're going to go ahead and hop back into the Shopify app marketplace and search for Order Metrics. Order Metrics is the best tool available for analyzing all of your costs and determining what your actual profit margin is. It allows you to add your cost of goods, your shipping cost, your advertising spend, and even transaction fees, and really breaks down all of your financials. That way you can see how much you're actually making per day, and just allows you to treat this like a legitimate business, and you're not playing you're not doing any guesswork. Order Metrics allows you to integrate Facebook and also AliExpress into the app itself to automatically update your cost of goods and to automatically input your daily advertising spend. I choose not to integrate either one of those. I don't like integrating AliExpress because I use my own fulfillment center, Titan 3PL, and our costs are always lower than AliExpress, and I don't want there to be any confusion in the data, so we manually input all of our cost of goods. And then for Facebook, I'm not comfortable giving away access or data related to my Facebook ads account to any app. So we just manually input the advertising spend each day and figure out the math ourselves. The next app we're going to install is Google Shopping. This app allows us to run Google Shopping campaigns, smart campaigns, directly from Shopify. It's very convenient. It's a very easy way to capture a lot of missed sales and really strengthen your retargeting game when you're scaling up. So go ahead and install this app and link it to your Merchant Center account, your AdWords account, and your Analytics account that we set up in the last video. Okay, so the fourth app we're going to install today is Pixel Perfect. the primary competitor to Pixel Perfect is Trackify. They both work exceptionally well for tracking your pixel data. I've always used Pixel Perfect. I've been using it consistently for the last 2 years, and obviously I don't have any issues with my results, so I just stick with what works for me. I do have plenty of friends that use Trackify successfully and don't have any issues, so if you're comfortable using Trackify, feel free to use that app as well. Go ahead and follow along with the step-by-step instructions here in setting it up. You're just going to plug in your Facebook Pixel and choose a Google shopping category. And then we're going to get into setting up our catalog feed, which we're able to do with Pixel Perfect. So once we get to that point, I'll provide more instruction. On another note, it's not entirely necessary to use a pixel tracking app. You can put it into your Shopify dashboard, your preference settings directly, and it works fairly well. Just make sure you don't have it in both areas, or it's going to double report all of your data. So whenever you get one sale, your Facebook Ads Manager is actually going to say you got 2, and we just want to keep the data consistent. So make sure you just put it in one place. Now that we have Pixel Perfect set up, go ahead and hop into feed settings and copy the catalog feed link. Then go to your business manager, and at the top of the page, open up the menu, scroll over to catalog, and we're going to create a new catalog using the feed link provided by Pixel Perfect. Back into the App Store, go ahead and search for SMS Bump. This app allows us to send marketing campaigns directly to your customers' cell phones, obviously, through text messaging. This is a very, very powerful marketing tool. We see really great conversion rates. With retargeting, we're seeing 15 to 20% conversion rate, and with just direct marketing campaigns, it's right around 5 to 10%, which is really, really awesome. It brings in a lot of extra revenue, and we highly recommend using SMS marketing. SMS Bump is kind enough to provide a tutorial for setting up the account. It's really quite simple. You just go through the checklist that they provide and follow along with my instructions as well. You can see me go through each step as I set up the account on my store. Next on the list is Carts Guru. We use this also for SMS, but we use it just for retargeting. We get really great results with Carts Guru's retargeting. So we use SMS Bump just for marketing campaigns, sending out discounts once a week to our previous customers. And then we use Carts Guru just for abandoned carts. I don't recommend using Carts Guru's email retargeting because we're going to set that up in MailChimp. But you can definitely set up retargeting flows for SMS and for Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger isn't really going to get you a lot of sales, but there's no harm in setting it up. Facebook changed the rules last year and made it so that we can't automatically enroll visitors into these retargeting campaigns. So they actually have to manually check the box on your page in order to sign up for the retargeting to Facebook Messenger. It used to be the best retargeting method available until Facebook changed the rules, but now SMS is. So you might as well go ahead and set it up anyways, because there is going to be the occasional customer that does click the box, and it doesn't cost you anything extra to set it up. So I'm going to create some discount codes. We always create a 10, a 20, 30, and sometimes a 40% off discount code for our stores. We like to start obviously with 10 and then go to 20 and then use 30 for like our last resort, and 40 only for special occasions. So it's nice and convenient to just have those discounts created now so that you can plug them into your retargeting campaigns as we set those up. Feel free to copy the messages that we use in our retargeting flows. If you're feeling a bit creative, you can obviously make your own. We like to tailor, if it's a niche store, we like to tailor the words that we use to our audience. So if you're in like the women's fashion niche, you're going to speak a different way than you would to like a golf niche or something like that. The second to last app that we're going to install today is a third-party app called Sweet Upsell. And by third-party, I mean it's not actually in Shopify's App Store. You're going to have to Google it and follow their registration steps to get it installed in your store. Sweet Upsell is a post-purchase upsell app. It is probably, in my opinion, it's the best one available right now. A lot of people are familiar with CartHook or One-Click Upsell, but those two apps redirect the customer to an alternative checkout flow, which causes increased load speeds, and reduces your conversion rate. So we want to keep the checkout process as quick as possible. We don't want to slow that down, so we don't use One-Click Upsell or CartHook. We've tested it many times in the past, and along with plenty of my friends and others in the industry, we all agree that it does reduce conversion rates and doesn't increase your average order value enough to justify using it. On the other hand, Sweet Upsell integrates with Shopify's native checkout, so it doesn't slow the process down at all. After they check out, it just brings up a special offer on the checkout page, on the confirmation page, and then just click the button and it brings them back to the cart with a new item in their cart and a special discount. They do have to re-enter their payment info, which is kind of a turnoff for some people, but honestly, we still see pretty decent conversion rates. If you use their default discounts, their default flows, you're gonna see like a 2, maybe a 3% conversion rate. If you set up custom flows for each product, you're gonna see higher than that, maybe double, 5 or 6%. And this is just free money, guys. These are customers that are already gonna make a purchase, and then they end up making a second purchase right after. So this is just one more way to boost those margins and boost that revenue. Okay, next up, we're gonna set up a MailChimp account. If you're more on the advanced side, you can definitely use Klaviyo. But if you're starting out, or even on the advanced side, honestly, MailChimp works just fine unless you want to get really creative with your segments. So go ahead and head to MailChimp.com and create an account. Go ahead and follow along with me as I connect that account to Shopify, and then we're just going to quickly go through some basic abandoned cart retargeting flows. Feel free to copy everything that I'm doing. And we're also going to set up first-time buyer flows. The purpose of those is whenever someone makes a purchase, an hour later they get an email with like a 30% off discount, trying to encourage them to make a second purchase in the same day. This is going to bring in, I don't know, maybe about 5 to 10% of your revenue should come from your email flows. So go ahead and get this account set up, and reach out to me if you have any questions in the Facebook group. last but not least, it's very convenient to have an app like Oberlo or Dropify that you can use to quickly import products from AliExpress. My team uses Oberlo just because that's what they're used to. I honestly don't have a preference either way. If you're going to use one of them, specifically for fulfillment, then I hear Dropify is a lot easier to use than Oberlo. But as far as importing products goes, I think either one is perfectly fine. And if you plan on using a fulfillment company, then it doesn't matter which app you're using for this part of the process. So go ahead and head to the Shopify App Store and pick the one that you would like to use. Follow along with me as I set up Oberlo in my store. All right guys, so we are now done with the painstaking process of setting up our stores and we are ready to get into product research. So I'll catch you in Module 3 where we're gonna break down the 3 most important things that we look for when finding winning products. And yeah, man, that's when things start getting exciting, so we'll catch you there.